Hello and welcome to Module 6. It is the penultimate day of my February vacation. So forgive me if I'm just a little weepy right now. Um, it's one of my favorite modules, but before I get into it, I just want to talk about Module 4, which I'm currently grading now. And it appears that a lot of people missed the specificity of the blog assignment. Usually the blog's like, put in what you want. But for Module 4, I did want you to do a list of specific things that the apps that you were looking at could do. And for everyone who didn't, I explained it, but I just kind of wanted to give a general, make sure that you read to the bottom of the page when you're doing the content, goes way at the bottom, and about half of you are like, oh, here's the thing. And I may have not been clear about what I was really looking for. Anyway, the gist of it is, if you're currently in the classroom, if you're currently in a school, you already know this. When you're looking at tools, you're not looking for, this new, shiny, exciting thing. You're looking for something you can actually use for student learning. I think it's more difficult if you don't have an education background, although most of you do, to remember that and the tools are nothing without the kids and the content. So your focus should always be there first. So as you go through the course, that's what you want to be looking at. Which brings us to adaptive and assistive technology. This is so student specific. So basically, we work for everybody. Everyone in the school is somebody we can be finding things for. So we want to make sure that we are focusing on being on our game for all of our learners, and that includes ELs, it includes high flyers, it includes every kind of kid. It includes those crabby kids who sit in the back of the library and try to sneak their lunch in there. I work for those little stinkers too. Anyway, what we're going to focus here is on kids who have special needs, kids who have, for whatever reason, whatever their issue is, they need a little bit more to keep them on a level playing field. Okay, so we're looking at both physical disabilities, cognitive disabilities. It's kind of a big blanket overview, but feel free, if you have a specific population in your school or if you have a specific concern, feel free to focus on that as you look at how adaptive and assistive technology is implemented. So we have a field trip this week. You have a field trip this week. All right. So your big assignment, what's going to take some of your time, is I want you to find out who in your district, either the district you work in or the district you live in, or if you have a connection in a different district that might make this easier, feel free. But you're going to find somebody who is the point person for adaptive and assistive technology. So in some districts, there's one person for the whole district. Some districts, there's one person per school. I have a friend, or a former student, well, both now actually, who found out that they were the adaptive and assistive person when they did this assignment. They were quite surprised. So what I want you to do is try to connect with that person. They are usually very busy. It's usually not their only job, so they might not have a ton of time to spend with you, and that's okay. What I really want you to get out of this is an idea of, how difficult is it to get this information? And, you might be able to become a conduit for people who are looking for this sort of information. All right, there's a bunch of resources. You can, choose your own adventure. Go where the content takes you, what you want your focus to be. There is a couple articles by Janet Hopkins. They are both from the aughts. One's from 2004, one's from 2006. But the pedagogy behind them is still good. I don't know if the links and the resources in those particular articles are still valid, but the content is. And in the 2004 School Library Accessibility, the Role of Assistive Technology, there's a list of 10 things that you can do to sort of make sure that you are, a force for good in this under this topic. And then there's 10 things to know, assistive technology. Then we've got a couple of things sort of about the more social emotional aspect of kids with special needs and how libraries can be sort of a place of place of belonging. And then a bunch of different, we've got some stuff on UDL, Universal Design for Learning, which is people pretty much aware of it now. My school has a big thrust towards that going on right now. And then the final thing is Project Enable, and Project Enable is huge. So if you've got time to take a look at it, you have to sign up to go in, but it's specific for librarians, not school librarians, all kinds of librarians, but it's there's a lot in there about how to provide services for people who have different abilities and different medical needs, that kind of thing. So if you've got time to go in there, that's great. If not, just bookmark it for another time because it truly is a great resource. So you're going to look around. You're going to post in the discussion. You're going to make your blog post, and then there is a specific assignment tab to write up your experience for your adaptive. I used to call it the Nancy Drew, the Nancy Drew assignment. You're a detective trying to find the elusive, adaptive, and assistive person. So write that up there. You can also put that in the discussion if you want, but it is a closed discussion. Only people in the class can get in there, but sometimes people are not comfortable with, talking about their district if you find something that you're not pleased about. So, your own comfort level as far as sharing that in the discussion, but certainly it will be of value to your classmates, whatever you do decide to post. All right. I believe that's it for today, and I hope you have a great week, and I will see you on the discussion boards.